I think what we've learned in this period of time is that while there are certain things that we can do in a virtual setting, and certainly the schools have really tried to embrace supporting all students during this period of time, there are still pieces that are challenging and that schools and students are struggling with. One of the proposals that schools have started contemplating is staggering of schedules. So thinking about sort of how you reduce some of the traffic through buildings so that you have fewer kids and staff in hallways. There's also the class size issue, right? And so how do schools start thinking about sort of how they're going to manage that? And schools have thought about different days of the week, right? Where students may be in school certain days of the week, but not and been participating virtually other days of the week. Also, right, one of the challenges for many school districts is the number of kids who actually ride the bus to school, right? And so how do you make sure they're screened before they get on the bus? How do you make sure that the bus driver is safe with the kids? So that is, again, where thinking about alternate days becomes part of the conversation so that you can reduce the overall number of students who are on a bus. So children under 2, we don't recommend masking for, but even children under the age of 10, the question has become whether the mask is actually helping protect anybody, right? Protecting the student from other people or protecting other people from the student, right? If you put a mask on a child's face and they touch their face even more than they would normally touch their face, we're not necessarily helping anybody protect anyone. The same criteria that schools need to think through around sort of bringing kids into the building need to be applied for all of those extracurricular activities that are such an important part of the school day, but are part of how do we control the disease, right? And so it may be that there are certain activities that it still makes sense to be able to have because you can reduce the size of the group, you can provide social distancing in that space. It's also important to remember, however, these are really important things to kids, right? And so it's not an easy just let's not do it, because they may be the reason that kid is engaged in school. They may be the reason why that kid feels like it's worth putting forward academic effort in order to stay on a team or be part of an extracurricular activity. Certainly what we do know is that we're seeing escalation in mental health and behavioral issues for kids during these closures. And so we can expect some of those to continue even when school returns because of the restrictions that may exist in the school building. Part of being ready for school is also making sure that you're healthy and ready for school. And that means making sure that you're getting the vaccines that you need and connecting with your pediatrician to make sure that your pediatrician can help you think through some of the questions that you may have as a parent or as a family about whether or not it's safe for my child to go to school.